Hello and welcome to Blythe Ray Business News. Today I'm joined by Tim Livesey, Chief Executive Officer of AIM-listed Oriole Resources. Oriole has a ticker of ORR and a market capitalization of around £3.5 million. Oriole is a gold explorer operating in West Africa. And Tim, Oriole has recently made two exciting and significant announcements regarding the investment into the Bibemi project and the Mbe license by BCM International Group. Can you tell us more about these investments and give us an overview of who BCM are?
Certainly, Alastair. Well, we've announced this morning a couple of earnings on the two different projects at project level by BCM. BCM originally started as a civils and then later a mining contracting group out of Australia back in the 1950s, and started up as a family-run firm. And they moved across into Africa in around about 1990. And since then, they've become one of the preeminent mine contracting and civils contracting companies in West and sort of sub-Saharan Africa. We know of BCM. Eileen, our chair, has actually worked with them before in Ivory Coast and Burkina. So this is a group that's it's well known in the mining circles in West Africa. They've done a lot of work for significant companies, the likes of Newmont, Randgold, AngloGold Ashanti, etc. And they're well established, and they're investing into both the Bibemi project with the hope that we can obviously expand our resource and take that steps towards extraction, and into Mbe, which is the most advanced of the five easternmost central licenses in Cameroon that we've been having success on gold on. So it's exciting times for us and for them as our partner, hopefully.
Excellent. And can you break down what the investment will mean for the Bibemi project?
Yeah, well, Bibemi it's the most advanced project that we have in Cameroon. And if you remember, we published a maiden resource on Bibemi last December, around about a year ago. And we are looking at Bibemi as the potential for a sort of plus 1 to 1.5 million ounce project, multi-pit, shallow, open pit gold project. This investment will allow us it's an earn-in investment by way of a maximum spend of $4.5 million for a 50% position. It'll be a joint partnership, ownership of this project. And the idea is that this will give us funding and, importantly, support. BCM have a drilling contracting wing, so they'll be able to mobilize equipment as well. Support to develop the existing resource at Bakassi Zone 1, where we have already announced over 300,000 ounces in the JORC inferred category. So that part of the resource is open-ended at depth and along strike to the northeast. So some initial drilling there to increase that resource and to improve the categorization of it. And then testing the other three prospects on the area. Bibemi is essentially a multi-pit opportunity where the deposits are within a couple of Ks of each other. And we want to test those other prospects, which we've previously done some prospect level drilling on and had some success. We want to test those and see whether they can contribute to an eventual multi-pit mine operation. So this initial phase will bring in drill rigs through a drill contract with BCM, and it will bring in funding and financing, which will allow us to progress the Bibemi resource, expand it, and increase what we already have there, and take us towards putting together studies for ultimately, hopefully, a feasibility study and eventual mine development.
Great. Well, they sound transformational for both the company and the project. And shifting across to Mbe, can do the same and just explain what the investment will mean for Mbe.
Sure. Well, Mbe is the more advanced of the five licenses. We've got a number of gold in soils anomalies identified across this whole area, across these five licenses. And so critically, what we have here is about a 12-kilometer strike length in which we've done some more advanced sampling and we've been able to identify up to 130 grams a ton of gold in these systems. So what we're looking for, with Mbe, similarly, there's $4 million going into the ground in Mbe, and the concept here is to improve our knowledge of the resources or the potential resource, bring in some follow-up drilling, expand the opportunity at Mbe, drill test it, prove that this really does form part of this gold corridor that we keep sort of banging the drum about, these 5 eastern licenses. And of course, anything that we do find at Mbe, any improvement in knowledge and understanding of the gold systems at Mbe, if, for example, we take these early targets in Mbe up into a JORC resource categorization, obviously the knock-on effect is that the other 4 licenses, which are still under our complete control, that gives us the opportunity to advance those licenses behind them. So, with BCM coming in at Bibemi, advancing that towards potentially a new mine, coming in at Mbe, advancing that towards a new discovery, and then still leaving the other 4 licenses in our control, we think it's a great opportunity for Oriole to build this real pipeline of projects, and to build them with a very established, well-respected partner who has not only understood and agreed with our hypothesis on the potential here, but has the ability to come in and back up this investment with solid mine construction experience. So we're really excited. We think it's going to be transformational for Oriole and transformational for Cameroon. We hope to be continue to be leading the charge in Cameroon's mining sector with this.
Excellent. And now looking at a bit of a wider view, how, if any, does this impact Oriole's focus going forward?
Well, we're still obviously Cameroonian focused. This will give our teams in Cameroon an awful lot to get stuck into over the coming 2 or 3 years. And as I said, we'll keep our parallel focus on the other licenses surrounding the Mbe license in the central license package. So there's still an awful lot for us to do in Cameroon. It will also give us the opportunity to, in parallel to Cameroon, to look at, okay, what else is out there? We have other investments still, value tied up in our assets in Senegal, in some previous projects in Turkey. So this really frees up Oriole to not only to develop Cameroon, but to look and see, okay, are there other commodities in Cameroon? Are there other opportunities in Cameroon? Or are there other opportunities or other commodities in a wider basis that we could take our shareholders into? And really importantly, both of these investments are at project level. So they're non-dilutionary to our shareholders, which is a critical thing. In the current markets, it's almost unheard of to be able to do this scale of deal with such a solid partner. We're very, very pleased.
Great. And I know we've given them a lot already, but what can viewers now expect in the coming months from the company?
Well, Bibemi, obviously, we want to move forward, mobilize drill rigs, get onto the ground, start proving up, expanding and proving up the existing resource and adding additional resource. At Mbe, immediately signing this, the BCM team will be coming out, meeting with us in country to do a little bit of work. There's been a small amount of artisanal activity following our success at Mbe. And the advantage of this is that it's opened up some of these systems for us on the ground. So as well as going in and understanding with the local ministry and the local departmental support, how we manage the current position with the artisanals, it gives us the opportunity to go in with BCM, get on the ground and to do some more sampling and to really finesse the program that we had proposed internally for Mbe. We'd already decided some drill locations and so on. So we'll get on the ground with their technical, with their geologists and technical team and agree on a work plan for that initial phase at Mbe. So a lot of activity in the next couple of months, and results obviously only on the back of drill rigs arriving and drilling. So that'll be into Q1 and sort of the first half of next year. But in the short term, consolidation of these agreements and then moving forward into activity on the ground for all of our teams.
Thank you very much, Tim. That was a very insightful overview on quite a transformational investment and going to be a transformational period for the company. That was Tim Livesey, Chief Executive Officer of Oriole Resources, speaking on the investment by BCM International Group into the Bibemi project and Bay license. Thank you very much for watching.